Well, good morning, Pine Belt, and happy weekend eve. I'm Ellie Davis.
And I'm Ryan Mahan. This weekend preview, the events aren't the only thing that's hot. Yeah, get it? We're looking at another set of scorching hot days coming up. But faced with the summer heat, one person in our newsroom is clinging onto a hope for a cool fall. Ellie, did you get your pumpkin spice latte?
I haven't yet. However, I must say I'm very eager for all of the fall drinks and festivities to get started. I really want to go to a pumpkin patch. It's at the top of my list.
Got some good ones around here.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. But that'll be something that I do probably, on a weekend. So thinking about this weekend's preview agenda, the Pride of Mississippi takes field for a special preview show. Kicks off tomorrow at 7 p.m., so head to Southern Station and you can get a sneak peek of the game day performance from the marching band, featuring more than 3,300 talented musicians, but that's only half the show. The Southern Miss cheerleaders will be there too. The band and cheer squad will run through pregame, game day cheers, stand tunes, and all the fifth quarter fun. So grab your black and gold gear, break out your tailgating supplies, and head to Southern Miss tomorrow at 7 p.m. for Pride Preview and support the amazing Pride of Mississippi. So I definitely think that's going to be a ton of fun. Probably will head out there myself, but it's going to be toasty. I mean, I think you can associate that with anything that you're going to go out and do, is that it's probably going to be hot.
Yes, thankfully yesterday was our hottest day.
Oh,
and now we're going to be slowly working down there. But actually we had the opportunity, you and I, to do something with some marching band people.
That is true. And I guess I didn't realize the manual labor that would be wearing all of their instruments.
Oh yeah.
I was impressed.
It's some weight. I used to be a drummer. I got to put on one of the drums. It brought back so many great memories. So I would say that I would very much like to do it too. If you were a fan of just the high school, college experience, just listening to that type of music, the marching, the drums and trumpets, trombones, they're doing their thing. It just brings back good memories. So good times, positive all around, definitely. But also, the Hattiesburg Public Library invites you to take a walk on the mild side, hopefully with some mild temperatures, this weekend with a quiet morning filled with sensory play. Saturday at 10 a.m., you and your children can enjoy special stations set up in quiet areas with sensory items and crafts. This event was curated for children with sensory sensitivities, but all ages are welcome. Light refreshments will be served, and the Paper Boat Autism Library will be set up too. Plus, you'll get a sensory toy to take home.
Well, I think that's definitely a fun way to, spend your day, especially at the library, and it's inside. I think that's like my big focus right now is let's find fun things inside because it's warm. I mean, it's kind of like what else do you do when you're looking at your weekend?
Absolutely. Like I feel a little lazy sometimes staying inside, but also, I get home, I pick up the kid, I get him home, and it's like 4 o'clock. That's absolute hottest point of the day. So we spend a little time inside. I recommend that you find some inside activities to kind of break up all the cool events going on across the area too. Because like you said, it's hot.
Probably smart. Well, we've got some more going on this weekend. You can buy your first gun or the one that you've always wanted and get it for less. So Mississippi's Second Amendment weekend starts at 12:01 tonight and ends Sunday at midnight. During that time, sales tax won't be collected on firearms, ammunition, and certain hunting supplies like archery equipment and holsters. So you can find a full list of eligible items plus a full guide for the holiday online at dor.ms.gov. Well, anytime you can save a little bit of money, I think it's a good thing.
There aren't many of these where you kind of get like a tax break weekend. It happens a couple times a year. I would say probably 2 times a year if I'm just going off memory. So take advantage of them. They're there for you, right?
Yeah, I definitely participated in tax-free weekend, I don't know, like 2-3 weeks ago. Went to the mall, did some shopping, saved a little bit of money. I'm all about saving. So anytime that can happen, I'm in full sport.
Absolutely. Plus, if you happen to go to the event and exercise your Second Amendment rights, alligator hunters, rejoice. Tomorrow marks the first day of Mississippi's 2023 alligator hunting season. The season starts at noon and runs 10 days, ending on September 4th this year. A total of 960 permits were issued for the alligator program across 7 hunting zones. They were offered after 2 random drawings back in June, and if you weren't selected, you can't participate, unfortunately. But if you did get a permit, remember everyone in your team will need a permit when you hit the water this weekend. This year, teams have a tall order, be looking to break the state record for longest free-ranging wild female alligator, which measured 10 feet 2 inches long. She was caught last year in the Pearl River.
Can I just say that I didn't even know that that was a thing? It's terrifying.
You can say that, and I believe you. I believe that you didn't know that was a thing. But that's absolutely a thing. And actually, I got to show you a picture when we're done with this, because last year I found an alligator in our parking lot at WDAM.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, there's a little Leaf River down there. I guess they live in that. It's not all that far away. I thought it was a toy. It was not a toy.
New fear.
But I can prove it, yeah. So if the parking lot floods, watch your toes. Just get in the car quickly.
See, I lived in Florida for 3 years, and I only saw them a couple of times, and every time running the opposite direction. I mean, that is like terrifying. They're huge, and they could eat me.
Now, I'd even go hunting, even armed. I would just be like, you know what? He's good. He's good where he is. I'm going to leave him there.
Yeah, that's scary, but that's okay. We'll move on. All right, so putting your 9 to 5 aside and dust off your coat of many colors for a very special guest performance at Philadelphia's historic Ellis Theater. So Dolly Parton is coming to the SIP, and the country music legend is bringing her angelic voice, beautiful ballads, and passion for fashion for the benefit concert, raising money for the Congress of Country Music. There are 2 shows to catch, one at 3 p.m. and another at 7 p.m. But Ryan, there is some more bad news. Unless you have a spare $2,000, you're probably not getting a seat inside the theater, because these tickets are pricey. But there is a silver lining. You can watch the show outside with a whole community of like-minded Dolly fans for just $35. The performance will be live streamed onto the Dollytron, which is a massive TV screen set up outside of the theater. Gates will open at 1 p.m. for the outdoor show, and 1 ticket gives you access for the whole day. You can buy your tickets at etix.com, and before you head out, check out the Congress of Country Music's Facebook page for event details and parking instructions. So Ryan, here you come again, and hopefully you're going to tell us that those weekend rain chances are holding steady. My fingers are crossed, my toes are crossed. Anything that can be crossed is crossed.
I was just watching that. I got to tell you, there may not be a more genuine human out there than Dolly Parton. So that would be a show, but I do not have a spare $2,000. So I will most likely be checking out the Dollytron if that happens. But that's okay, because as we said, it's good to have some indoor opportunities out there to mix in with all the great events going on that are outside, because it is hot, dangerously so even, and you will need to do your best to try to stay cool. So just have some options out there. Out in Laurel Ford right now, it's 94, but feels like 100. Here in Waynesboro, that over-reports the humidity just a bit. 94 feels like 112, but to be honest, it's not over-reporting by all that much. We're in for another day with heat warnings and advisories across the area. The orange places are where it's expected to linger around 105. The purple where it's expected to linger around 110 for your heat index, what it actually feels like. So very similar to where we were yesterday. Yesterday had a chance at tying or breaking the all-time heat record, all-time temperature record that is, for Hattiesburg, which was 106. We ended up at 105, and today I expect we'll get up to about 103 right around 4 o'clock. So if I wasn't telling you that it was cooler, and you just went outside and guessed, you probably wouldn't know, because we're sitting right there with that humidity. We're sitting just a couple of degrees below where we were yesterday, which was almost the hottest that's ever been recorded for the area. So it is not noticeably cooler, but it is technically cooler, and will technically get a lot drier as well as we head into next week. Until then, you'll notice very little change, some slight drying there, but as we head through the weekend, you see that air temperature stays at 102, 102, and then starts going up as we head towards next week. Based on my forecast, if each one of these verify or is within at least 2 to 3 degrees, which is generally a pretty good spread of forecast temperatures, we should still tie or break the record for every single one of these days as we head into the start of next week. Monday, the last day, I believe, we'll have triple digits before finally falling below that, which should either tie or break. I have to do my math again. The longest string of consecutive 100-degree days. The record is 10 from the 20s in the Hattiesburg area, but we may do that this week. We may hit 11. It's really going to come down to what happens Tuesday. So as far as active weather goes, there is a front moving in. You see Monday evening it comes towards us. It brings some very spotty rain. It's still not even very well put together. So we've also had a long string of consecutive dry days, but I can't even say those are going to come to an end. There will be rain in the area, but it's going to not be very well put together. Thankfully, there is a tropical system that's trying to get brewing. That's going to near miss us to the east here thanks to that front. So it's a very nice front. It's bringing dry air and deflecting a tropical system, which that's fine with me. You can deflect those all you want. So as far as the forecast goes, looking at the next few days here, you can see we still have those first alert days. We're still going to be seeing heat warnings very likely across the board. If not completely across the board, there will at least be a few heat advisories, and that lasts again until next week when we finally drop below 100, and even then it's really going to be more about the mornings feeling more fall-like in the low 70s and upper 60s. Our afternoons are still going to be about 5 degrees above average, so still summer, but a little bit better.
All right, well, I'm holding on for those high 90s. I know it's better than 100s. I'll take it. And like Ryan said, just don't forget that it is a first alert weather day for the next couple of days.
Absolutely. So tune in at noon for your news at midday, and I'll break down what to expect for the rest of the afternoon and, of course, the weekend as well.
All right, we'll see you, Pine Belt.
See ya. Adios.